Well on this Wheel Wednesday. And yeah, I don't know. Are we live on YouTube yet?
We are.
All right, cool. So YouTube, thanks for joining the party. If you are on Instagram, you can join us on YouTube. I think the production quality is a little higher over there. Look for better audio, better picture. Hop over to our YouTube channel, KONIG Wheels USA. Check us out over there. We're live streaming is there as well. Questions, don't forget to throw them in. We'll be happy to answer them. And I don't know, sometime I think later today, if not today, it's going to be tomorrow. We're going to be dropping kind of a little bit more of an in-depth review or in-depth view of the Ultragram. So stay tuned for that. And our podcast, we're going to have our podcast live in just about an hour's time on our YouTube channel, KONIG Wheels USA. What we're talking about, a bunch of topics, I don't really know. So come over there and hang out with us and throw some comments as well. Let's see. Got any questions, Rich?
Yeah, let's take a look real quick.
Let's do some questions.
Will Neoforms work on a Model 3 Tesla?
Yeah. Look, I mean, fitment-wise, I'd recommend doing like 18.5 at 35. But yeah.
All right. SoCal 370 GT says, "What up, pimp?"
Oh, geez, thanks.
Yeah, there you go.
I like being called a pimp.
Yeah.
No? Makes me feel like my younger days.
9 Lives Joel's up in here.
What's up, man? How are you?
Yeah. Getting ready for
Joel and the whole team representing. Seriously.
Getting ready for Watkins Glen.
Yeah, the Glen.
Yeah, the Glen.
The Glen.
Where are the other new wheels?
You're gonna have to be far more specific.
Yeah, but that's where are the other new wheels is what we got. And
Are we talking? I mean, I guess we're talking about Forge stuff.
I'm not sure. You'll have to specify. Chingo Hondo says, "Hey Scott and Koenig team."
Chinko Hondo?
Chingo Hondo.
Oh, nice. I like that name.
Chingo Hondo.
Reminds me of like the movie SWAT.
16 BRZ says, "Sponsorship opportunities?" Question mark.
Yeah, I mean there are always sponsorship opportunities. I mean the question is, do you have a package, a value-added package that you feel is going to bring value when you propose it? That's all it's about. I will say this. We have done a tremendous amount of sponsorship content on our YouTube channel. So if you're not on our YouTube channel and subscribe, make sure you head over there. But also go search our channel for sponsorship stuff. We did a whole series on how to put together a good sponsorship proposal. We've also done content on what kind of things companies are looking for, how to provide value, and what a value proposition really should look like. So, take advantage of that stuff that's there for free, because it will tell you kind of if you're ready and what kind of things you need to kind of pitch a company.
9 Live Joel says, on YouTube, he says, "Ultragrams, I can't wait. So dope. Great work, guys."
Dude, thanks so much. We're pretty excited about the Ultragram. I mean, we have wheels. I think I just looked. In the next couple weeks, we have some of the Ultragrams coming in, which is exciting, and they'll continue to come in as we go. So this is the time. If you are looking to purchase some Ultragrams, I would say get to a dealer, place the back order. The first runs usually, everything's always delayed in the first launch piece. But then all of a sudden, it seems like the back orders, they go real fast. So, good thing, good problem.
Chingo Hondo says, "Are Neoforms getting a different color?"
Not right now. I mean, it doesn't mean that they won't ever. It's funny. It's like I have samples sitting in my office. I made them, turn them into a little shelf. And we had brought in a bunch of different colors when we did in SEMA, and we ended up going with the matte gray.
On YouTube, is the F1M coming in bronze and 5x112?
No. So the F1M will come on the shelf. F1M, the
mesh.
Yeah. So it's going to come in a matte black, and it's going to come into this what's called ash silver. It is a really good looking. It's not a light silver. It's not a dark silver. Really good looking finish. It will come in those two finishes. And then at some point, there will be customization available to be able to offer it in a bronze. Now, as far as the 5112, the answer to that is absolutely yes. The question I have for you is, when you say 5112, what are we talking about now? Is it Mercedes, BMW, Volkswagen, Audi, and what car are you thinking about? Volkswagen, Mark 7, Mark 8. Let's just hear what you're saying, just so I make sure we're covered there.
This guy goes, "Every when do you go on sale?" So
every when?
Yeah.
Does he mean like every Like when do you go on
Yeah,
sale?
when do you ever go on sale? I'm going to imagine he's trying to say.
Okay. All right. Good question. We don't sell to the public, so we don't necessarily go on sale. There are times where I will say that there are dealers that do things. I know that Fitment Industries is planning something. I think in June. There is usually you'll have a multitude of dealers that will run different specials, whether they be Memorial Day, 4th of July, some of the holidays. You'll have random, sales. I know that some of the vendors do things. So what I would say is reach out to some of your retailers that carry our product and ask them kind of when they're going to be doing it, because we do a lot of different things and it's not all at once. I think people are getting really kind of stuck into the way they're watching a lot of these companies that deal or have started to sell directly to the public, and they're seeing that they run chronic sales, and we don't do that. Like, we have retailers at certain times that we work with to carry out a good sale to provide value. We work with the retailer on a case-by-case basis. There are a few times a year, usually during the Black Friday season, it seems like that catches through to a lot of different people. But for the most part, when we put our stuff, when retailers have a sale, that we've been working on this stuff with them for a while. So that's what I would say.
Okay. CLT Brian's up in here. What's up, Brian?
What's up, Brian?
He says, "Sup, dudes."
What's happening?
This guy said, Murphy's Law says, "How do we get our cars featured on your Instagram, etc.?"
So I would say, first off, make sure you have a pretty good-looking car. I hate to say it like that, but we've had everything from like a Buick Regal that's beat up with quarter panel damage. Send us pictures and say, "Can I get featured?" And not that we don't appreciate it, but the odds of us putting out, when we have a multitude of different people sending us images, it probably is going to get lower. But what I would say is send your images in. Make sure they're good images. But you can either do one or two things. You can send it to marketing@konigwheels.com with a high-res version, as long as you are the photographer. Or the next thing is you can send it right through Instagram and just say, "Hey, here's my here's my username or here's my handle, and love if you guys want to rock the pics."
All right. Joel says we will have 3 S2000s from Madrid Motorsports at Watkins Glen, Grid Life, all on Konigs.
Dude, that's crazy. That's all. Send pictures. You got to get like a group photo shoot going. We got to throw it up. We'll throw it up. It's gonna be great.
Blueberry says, "Hi guys.
What's happening, man? How are you?"
Madrid Motorsports, your brown wheels are fire.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, we got some brown wheels love. Scrolling through real quick. Here's one.
Scroll.
Yeah, Madrid Motorsports. So I said, for those following, we've been running KONIG Wheels in Grid Life Race Series for years, and we've been super impressed with the absolute beating they take. Our experiences go flow forged. Oh,
yeah. He means flow formed. And, and I appreciate that, and I appreciate the fact that these, there's a lot. Listen, it's teams like them that allow us to get all the feedback and all the different kind of real data that allow us to change wheels or think about wheels differently in a way where we make wheels and make a better product year after year. And that's something we've been doing for a long time, and it's something that we're really committed to. This Ultragram will be a wheel that has the most amount of that feedback and that technical knowledge and data worked in to come up with a better product, and I'm super excited to see how it's going to resonate with people when they get it.
Okay, so this guy says, I have 15 millimeter bolt adapters. 15 millimeter bolt adapters. Would there be enough space behind the wheel so it doesn't touch? Need it to be about 0.5 inch. I don't know what wheel he's talking about though.
So correct me if I'm wrong. If I understand what you're saying, hey, look, I got 15 millimeter adapters. Yep. When he puts on the hardware that holds the adapter onto the vehicle, it obviously protrudes past the mounting surface of that spacer or adapter. So what you're saying to me is, hey, is there enough room that that existing hardware can kind of protrude into the cavity backing of the wheel? The answer to that is I can't tell you just by saying that. Are our wheels cavity backed? Yes. does the amount of degree or does the amount of distance that the cavity backing has rely on which wheel size and offset you choose? Yes, because you can only cut the pad so far. The higher the offset, the less pad you have to cut, period. So the lower offset will benefit from a little bit more of a cavity pocket there. The other thing that always becomes something that people miss is the bolt pattern. If you have a 5 and 100 bolt pattern, it's going to be much smaller and centered, much closer to the center of the hub of the vehicle. So if you were to have, let's say, a 5, 4.5, that pattern's much more spread out, which means that you're not just looking for the depth of the cavity in a cavity-backed wheel. You're also looking for where is your hardware going to end up in that cavity. The closer you get down toward the center of the wheel, right? The closer you get down towards that center bore, that's where you're going to have the cavity start to kind of return back to the wheel, and there's going to be less clearance there. So sometimes what happens is people get the hardware onto their vehicle and they just have issues just contacting into the cavity back. If that happens, you can have the potential to go to tighten the wheel to your car, think that it's perfectly flat and it's tight, and the wheel vibrates and wobbles off the car over time. So please, 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 this is one of the reasons that we say we don't endorse the use of spacers or adapters. It's because of the multitude of mistakes that can get made when they're put onto the vehicle. Please, 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 if you're not really sure, work with a wheel and tire professional. If you have any measurements that we can help you with, we'll try, but it's got to be very, very specific. And sometimes you can't, people aren't able to articulate to us exactly where those are going to fall, and it can be a problem.
Seems like he's talking about, he said 18 by 11 or 18-10.5 B profile hypergrams for an FRS is what he was saying for. Is what
so he's talking about, right? So I understand. I understand. It's still the cavity backing. Still, again, we're now talking about the worst case, 5 and 100. Your first pattern that's coming out of that adapter is 5 and 100. It's the closest thing down. So now we're not looking at just how much cavity back or how much space in the cavity. We're talking about where does that cavity start and how much does your lug nut protrude down. It's a complicated thing. It almost requires a test fit in that sense. That's why you'll see some of the guys that really do a lot of the wide body kits, they end up lopping off the extra stud that hangs out, and they use like an open lug lug nut. Again, I don't endorse any of that stuff. I'm just telling you what some people do.
Okay, so
Hope that helps.
The guy with the F1M and the 5x112 bolt pattern, he says he has an 890 Supra.
Oh, dope. So
he's hoping for an 18-10.5.
Square?
Yeah, he said, oh, I love my Ampliforms. They're a similar style.
Oh, sick. All right. So you're looking for a square setup, though? So the reason I'm asking is square setup to me on that car, for example, that car, the right fit for that car is about a 9.5 in the front at a 30 and about an 11 at a 40 in the rear. So if you're saying 10.5 all the way around, now I'm thinking, all right, well, in 5 and 112, what offset do you really need? That's what I'm trying to find out. That's why I'm asking.
Great. Are any new wheels being added to the NASA program?
So here's what I'll say about this. It's not that the answer will be no. We typically don't put brand new wheels on that program, period. What I will say is that we are short-handed right now. You've seen us talk about the job postings of some of the marketing, positions we have open. And with that, we will try to get it updated, but it hasn't happened yet. I know some of the pricing may be a little off too, so sorry, bear with us. We'll work on it.
Okay. It looks like my Brian says it looks like my hypergram spoke decals are a huge hit. I've been seeing more and more examples of it recently. I have too. I've seen
which spoke decal?
He has his custom spoke decals on his hypergram.
Okay.
He has like the yellow strip of vinyl.
Okay.
And I've seen people doing very similar.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the truth is, so like the first person I really think did that kind of thing was he was an FD Pro driver. I don't know why his name just slipped my head. Matt, somebody throw me a bone here.
No lifeline on me.
I understand.
Can't do it.
So anyhow, orange car. I don't know why I'm losing his. My head just totally. Anyhow, yes. All right.
5 by 4.5, same as 5 by 114.
Yep.
There you go. Quick answers. Izzy's Tires says, "What's up, guys?"
What's happening, Izzy's Tire? Representing out there.
Yeah, this guy.
Thank you, man.
This is not English. I can't read that.
Come on, Rich.
Can we have a video on YouTube explaining this? He was referring to the adapter backspacing, is what what you were talking about.
So all right. So you know what? This is a good sounding board. Let me ask your opinion. Here's the question, and Max and Rich will know that I say this all the time. We have talked about doing different spacer or adapter type videos, and I always say I really don't want to do them because of the fact that we always are saying things like we don't endorse the use of spacers. So now I feel like from a company perspective, I feel like it's misleading to do content on some of these things while we're saying don't use them. I don't know if that makes any sense. That's always been my position. Like I don't think it's like a good message, which is why we haven't really done things like that. But I mean, the question is, if we threw a disclaimer on it, if we tried to explain to people whatever, and then we put that content up there, is it of value? Like, do you think we should do it, or do you understand our point? Comments. Love to hear them.
Can we order custom sizes? If so, is there a batch minimum?
All right. This gets complicated. It depends on the wheel. It depends on the construction. It depends on what we have currently made, and it depends how far that sizing or that offset or bolt pattern, whatever it is, moves away from what we have in development right now. So, possible. Usually in a given SKU, you're probably going to, if somebody wanted to start a project, let's say it was a smaller retail shop or something, but they think they have a demand for something. Usually it's somewhere in the area of about 60 pieces per SKU. Sometimes we can get down to like 48. Really depends on the project, and it depends on how far we have to move away from some things. Sometimes it's just too far away from tooling, so it would require developing more molds or different, spinning molds or whatever it may be. And when that happens, we are going to chronically run into an issue where the tooling cost gets really high and usually becomes, kind of not cost prohibitive. It becomes cost prohibitive.
Cube says, "Good afternoon, Scott and everyone at KONIG. Hope everyone's having a great day. Much love and respect."
Yeah, peace out. Peace to you, Cube. What's up?
What's up? That was Cube 52.
Yeah, I know my boy Cube. I don't know what to say because I'm a little meager. Why do you always stand behind me?
Because I'm trying to get in the frame with
Oh
you.
my God!
You
Just
guys see
take the
these new
frame.
hats that we got?
Go get. There's a multitude of ones. I like the gray one. I don't know.
No, we hooked them up.
Yeah,
Well,
it's a button snap.
He gets excited. He likes to hook them up. But I look terrible in hats.
They can't even see you there. There you go.
So we got this one with the blue.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, there's this one with the gray. Right?
Yeah.
You could wear all three at the same time if you really wanted to.
You could do this kind of thing.
They'll see I'll be on the podcast. They'll see the shirt.
Yeah, and so if you want to see the new shirt we developed, Rich, come to the podcast. But all that stuff, I think, it's on our website, right?
Sure is.
Yes, it
Yeah,
is.
so shop.konigwheels.com. You can pick up this stuff. Super nice stuff, man. 47 brand hat. I'm told, because I'm not hip and I'm not cool, I'm told that this is the cat's meow.
All right, you make yourself sound older.
I know,
than you
but come
are,
on, that
man.
was funny. Come on.
I guess so.
All right, we guess so. He says he guessed so.
It's the hip young thing, right?
Yeah, you cool cats.
Scott's not that old, everyone.
I'm just playing.
Oh, man.
But anyhow, so yeah, they're really nice hats. I mean, I will say that they're super comfortable too. Can I give you these?
Yeah.
All right, what we got?
Someone says, tell us more about the NASA program.
So the NASA program has been something that's been in effect for probably almost 20 years already. It's a member benefits program. You have to be a NASA member. It does give you some preferential pricing. It's limited on what you can get. It's not everything. It's not for everybody. But it's there to try to provide NASA members, and we've been doing that program with NASA for a long time. So you can go to your NASA website there, and you can look for the member benefits section, and there should be a link that will take you to that proper form. And then you got to put an application in, and if you meet the criteria, we usually reach out and try to help you out.
Well, speaking on the topic of adapters, someone said it's for safety. Scott's probably saving lives.
That's what I'm saying. See, like we're like in sync now. Listen, here's my thing. As a car guy, I have done everything sketchy under the sun. I mean, I promise you. Well, maybe not everything, but I've done a lot of sketchy stuff. I'm telling you flat out, I have changed head gaskets on the side of the expressway. I have, limped cars home without the use of a clutch from like long distances. I mean, like, listen, I'm not telling you things aren't possible, but I do recognize that with lack of knowledge, and sometimes you don't even know that you don't have the knowledge, you can hurt yourself badly. And spacers and adapters have a lot of variable issues that can cause problems. Now, I'm not telling you I've even never used them. I'm just telling you that you can't just go ahead and say that it's okay to use for everybody. And that's why we take the position of, no, we don't endorse the use of spacers or adapters on wheels.
All right. This guy says, greetings from Germany.
Wow. That's awesome.
Got Germany up in here.
Yeah.
Blueberry,
Sweet.
she says, the colors...
Have you been seeing some of our TUV product land there? Interesting, right?
We'll see. Blueberry says, the colored spoke is actually a rule in FD. Alternatively, you can have tire lettering to show the wheel lock. An earliest example of colored spokes I could think of is Gymkhana.
Okay. I mean, yes. I mean, it is an FD rule. I mean, the truth is most of the guys prefer to put them on the wheels because the wheels don't necessarily change, whereas tires... If you've ever been in the FD, especially in the first season when they implemented the rule, a lot of guys decided they wanted to do it on the tires, and when they were doing them on the tires, the markings on the tires, they'd have a stencil, and they would just quickly, as they got a new set of tires, they would quickly just spray paint, on the stencil, and that would put the markings onto the tire. They're not going to put sticker letters and stuff on tires. They're going to burn up in 2 laps. Mm-hmm. So they were doing that, and then they realized, hey, you know what? We can not have to do this every single time if we just make sure the wheels have some sort of marking on them. So yeah, it's an FD rule.
The guy with the A90 Supra looking for the F1M, he said, yeah, I'm looking for a square setup for track use. He goes, most of the people I see are running about 1810.5 or 1811 at a 30 or a 40 offset. Seems like what most people are going with. Thanks for your advice.
How do you run that in the front?
I don't know.
Listen. First off, I understand. I get it. I understand where you're at. But what I'm saying is, like, how do you run that in the front? So obviously the wheels poke. I mean, they do negative camber.
He's saying 1810.5 or 1811 from a 30 through a 40 of an offset. So
that works. That's fine in the rear.
Yeah, no, for the front.
But the front,
if you do 10.5, 40, it's still.
Well, but it wouldn't be 10.5, 40 because it's going to be 10.5 at a 30,
right?
Or they're going to end up doing or 10.5 around 30 and change, and then it's going to be like 11 at a 40, right? Like that's how they have to fit it under the rear. So now we're talking about, and that's all the wheel for the rear without really doing some negative camber stuff. So I'd imagine that you're dealing with a serious amount of poke on the front. Interesting, but I'm curious and keep rolling the conversation here. So let me know what you think.
He said, thanks for all the advice.
No doubt.
Madrid Motorsports. Also, this goes real deep. I run bronze Konigs on my 1995 Brooklands Green NSX, and people's heads explode.
NSX?
Yeah.
That's so hot. Send pics.
That's what. Yeah. Oh, love the sponsorship series on YouTube.
Oh, sweet.
That's good to hear.
Yeah, we're happy about that. We hope you found value with that. We really tried to do it in a way that was entertaining enough that you could listen to it without falling asleep, but also provide you with enough real substance where you could use it and really draft something.
This guy says, really slow Impreza says, what's up guys? Love my new black and silver lip countergrams. Wish you guys had those same same in hypergrams at 5x100, 18 by 8.5.
Oh, okay.
But he's saying he loves his black countergrams.
Well, appreciate you. Send pics. We love them.
This was for Doubt. They said, "What old man wears champion anymore?" For Doubt when he came in wearing the champion shirt. That means I'm pretty backed up on comments here. Let's see.
You? Let's
I don't know.
get through it, Rich. Come on.
I know. Scroll. Oh wow.
Don't forget podcast coming up 3 p.m. Eastern. Right after this, we go over to our YouTube channel, KONIG Wheels USA. Make sure you subscribe. Listen, giveaways, they're happening. We're planning them. It's going to happen. We're going to talk about it real soon. Please make sure that you are subscribed to our YouTube channel because that is the way you will find out about these giveaways. I'm telling you, don't miss out. We're going to do something special right around the time that most of the Ultragrams are in, and I do not want my friends here to miss out. You guys come join us. You took the time out of your day. Get subscribed. Click on that subscribe button for YouTube, and we only put up good content for the most part.
If you had to pick top 5 Konig Motorsport wheels.
Look, I mean, anything in the Flowform line I think is going to work out real well. I mean, there's no doubt that I think you have, hypergrams. I think ampliforms are clearly out there, but hypergrams, the heliogram clearly has taken a one-up on some of that stuff. I see a lot of hexaforms in the 6-spoke. Trying to think what's really really cumbersome. A lot of hypergrams. Yeah, I mean, look, I would say most of the Flowform wheels, it's incredible how many of them are really out there doing the thing, but.
There you go.
Yeah.
Getting close to needing another set of wheels for my Miata. Will the Forge wheels come in a 15.9?
At this point in time, no. 17 by 9 is the first size we're going to get to with 400 right now. It does not mean that it won't happen in the future, but right now the answer to that is no.
Another one, same question, we had this earlier. Are the Neoforms, again, colors in the pipeline?
No, I mean, not right now, but if you have some thoughts on colors that you really want to see, let us know. Never know.
We got the Rad Company up in here.
Oh, what up?
The Rad Company, and don't know who it is.
Super excited. They're coming out this way on a little trip. So I'm like super pumped to see them just in a few weeks.
Nice. It's exciting stuff.
Yeah.
Blueberry goes asking what the best motorsports wheels is, like asking what's your favorite child for them.
And that's my problem with it.
Yeah. Who's your favorite child?
Yeah, that's legitimately my problem. So that's why I tried to say like which wheels I think I see the most out there. Heliograms have really, really, really taken off for a lot of the motorsport guys. So interesting.
Rad Company on Instagram says, "What camera are you guys using? Looks awesome."
Yeah, we are awesome.
On Instagram.
Wait, on Instagram?
On Instagram.
No.
Yes, sir.
You're not talking about YouTube?
I believe he's talking about it. He's on Instagram.
That's fair.
Yeah.
We're just using an iPhone 13, the big one.
Pro Max?
I don't know if it's a Pro Max. I don't think it's called. I was trying not to make myself
They
look
keep
stupid.
adding words past it, so
Yeah.
something like that. But it's a big one.
The Pro Max XL HT.
There you go. Rad Company says yes, and by the end of May, should we do steaks?
Yeah. So I'm interested to see what's going on, and I'm super happy you're going to be out in our neck of the woods because this way we can hang out.
Would you do neon colors on any of the Flowform series?
Yeah, I think there's there's some things that are hopefully are in the works, but yeah.
All right.
What color? Listen, tell me the color that you want. The neon. Give me the neon color that says, "Yup, that's it."
That's my phone.
That's your phone.
It was ringing. But is the Koenig Diverge getting a B profile?
No.
Okay. Where is Koenig's HQ?
New York.
New York.
Nuevo York.
Picking the favorite child is easier than picking the wheels.
I don't know. That's tough.
And they say if it has three lenses, it's the Pro.
It's the Pro, baby.
Yeah, so that's it for the
pro,
camera.
Professional.
All right, I think we're good to go, Scott.
We're good?
Yeah, I think we're
All
good.
right, if there's no other questions.
They said fluorescent yellow.
Fluorescent yellow, understood.
That's no two for yellow.
All right, we're gonna do yellow.
I don't know.
We're gonna do yellow.
I have never even seen a yellow wheel.
Neon yellow.
Yeah, let alone any kind of yellow. I've seen green. I've seen pink. I've seen orange.
The highlighter hypergram coming to you soon, right?
Oh man.
So that's kind of dope.
I got one last one for you.
All right, sure. Last questions. Throw them in.
Do you give tours at New York location?
No. No.
Would like to meet you all.
I think we could do something where we do a meetup or something like that. That'd be if people really want to. I don't know that you really want to meet us. Like, do they? Do they want to meet us?
If they want to, I mean, we're just random dudes.
He goes, who are we to say? But I don't know that a tour. This is so in New York. We only use basically office space, right? We do most of our logistics out of our California warehouse. We used to have a pretty large warehouse here in New York. 2012, we got rid of that, and we increased the size of our California warehouse just to do more logistics in a consolidated measure. And we have some other tricks up our sleeves for how we push wheels out. But yeah, I mean, there's not crazy amount of stuff to see here in the office. But if you'd like to hang out with us, I'm sure we can arrange that. I'm sure, it'd be a pretty big meetup, of course.
Yeah. CLT Brian goes, iPhone guys, huh? Time to unfollow.
You know what? Screw you, man. Because I'm going to tell you, I get an Android in my hand. I don't even know what to do with the thing. I can't even answer a phone call. I mean, it feels really debilitating.
Today has been Scott just dated himself.
What phone do you have?
I don't know.
Good.
iPhone 12?
All right, thank you. Moving on.
But you're like saying I don't know how to use an Android. You know how to use an Android.
I don't know how to use an Android.
All right. Well, real quick, Blueberry goes, she said real quick, and then she said, you guys enjoy Formula Drift Long Beach?
Yeah, I did. I mean, listen, Long Beach to me always comes with the perfect amount of drama, but kind of technical driving, right? Like it's a pretty simple layout. What are you laughing at? I hate when people laugh because now I feel like they're making fun of me. What do you got?
Two comments just had me laughing. One was highlighter yellow, kill us all. That's what one person said. And then the other person goes, bro, you're on my bucket list to meet, bro.
Who, me?
That's what it said.
Or Rich?
No,
Probably Rich.
It gotta be you, man.
Who is this guy that wants to meet
Shingo Hondo.
Shingo Hondo? Oh my God. I'm like hoping I didn't wrong him in some way on one of these weeks where now his bucket list is really a kill list.
Hey,
you ever see Billy Madison?
Of course.
And then he's got the guy that puts the lipstick on.
Yeah, I'm glad I called that guy.
Glad I called that guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not him, Shingo Hondo, are you?
Oh man, that's a great scene. And then Cube says off the top of your head, do you remember the specs on Aki's wheels on the EK?
Yeah, I think.
Dakar 15.9s?
Yeah, so no. On the what did he say? On which?
EK.
The EK.
Yeah,
Manolo?
Yeah, I think so.
So on Manolo we did 15. I think we did 15.8 fronts and 15.7.5 rears. But then I think he changed to the 15.9 fronts, and alternates between 8s and 9s. So don't quote me on that, but pretty sure.
Oh yeah, that's right. Well, we do have the car anatomy up there, so.
Yeah, on our YouTube channel we did a car anatomy with Aki and the crew. So head over there, and the specs are in there.
Brian goes, Scott woke up and chose violence today.
No, I did not. What are you kidding me?
Some person just goes, GC718 says, old school rims, got to bring them back.
Yeah, it's always something we do. I mean, we keep choosing to move forward, so that's the thing.
Do you remember Tony Fuentes' FRS with hypergrams trying to do something similar?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So that was an 18, 10.5, 25 offset. And obviously, I think they adapted to 5, 4.5 to run the wheel.
All right. This guy says rims for a Charger.
Yeah, we'll have some. I mean, like Ampliforms right off the top of the cuff, and then I think you also have the Bravado Tribute.
Nice. I think we're good to go, man.
All right, cool. Well, if there's no more other questions, we'll begin to get out of here. Thanks for hanging out with us. We do this every Wednesday, 2 p.m. Eastern, where we come and answer your questions live on Instagram, YouTube, and presumably Facebook at some point. Don't forget, podcast is coming up just in about 30 minutes time?
20 minutes, yeah.
Yeah. 20 minutes time. We're going to be talking about stuff. I'm not sure what it is. Come hang out with us. It's just car talk. We don't, we don't really do anything. But you can bring your opinions in, and we can hang out. What?
You said we don't really do anything. It's just
No, but I mean, like we're not sitting here selling you wheels on the podcast. It's a car podcast. We just car talk. You know what I mean?
Someone says, "Why does Tony Fuentes sound like a Fast and Furious character?"
That's a good one, but he's actually, I mean, he probably as close as you can get. Has a really cool shop down in Atlanta, and dude's pretty talented as far as a driver, and builds some really great cars. So you can check him out. I think he just opened up a new shop. It's like autos. I suck. What?
I can't hear you.
Yeah, me either. So anyhow, so bottom line is.
Oh, Joe O'Connell's in here too. He's one of our
Cool.
partial guys.
So don't forget podcast giveaways and stuff. That's all happening on YouTube. Get over to our YouTube channel, KONIG Wheels. Make sure you get subscribed and be the first to hear about some of these giveaway things that are going on. Come join us on the podcast. Don't forget Friday we are running a piece of content like we always do. It's on our YouTube channel. It drops sometime in the evening, I think, usually. Anyhow, come check it out. We'll catch you same time, same